started. And we need a motion up front for Claudia to stand in for Debbie as the fiscal officer. So do I have a motion to deputize Claudia as tonight's fiscal officer?
Motion. Seconded.
Motion and a second. Roll call.
Bear with me.
Pete.
Come on.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
All right, yes, and just keep track of that as.
I'm so not going to have patience with you tonight, Claudia. Come on. Just kidding.
All right, thank you, Claudia. Thanks for being here. So do you want to go ahead and then call us to order, please?
First.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Just go ahead and do it.
Here.
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 Thank you, Claudia. All right, we'll hop into the pledge.
Let's make Claudia.
Claudia, why don't you read us the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, to the republic
which stands one nation, America, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you, Claudia.
That was lovely.
All right, Claudia, what do you think we should do next? I'm just kidding. All right, so we will hop in to you for approval of minutes, though, please. So we're looking for a motion to approve. I'll just make the motion. I'll make a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from August 12th, 2025.
So moved.
Second. Oh, no, you're the first. I use the second. I'll third.
If you'd like.
We have a motion, a second, and a third on this one. So, yes.
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 So if we do that, then that means it passed before it passed.
Yeah, everyone voted.
Yeah. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Really cementing it.
Thank you, Claudia. All right, departmental updates, Chief Broxman.
This past week, Jason Dorman, a veteran police officer with us for 18 years, 23 and a half years total in law enforcement, retired. That's the second retirement we've had in as many weeks. Yeah, the department is getting younger, but unfortunately we are not hiring anybody at this time until we see the outcome of the levy.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Chief Wright.
So we are pleased to announce that Brooke Hart and Spencer Abrams are two of our newest paramedics. Both individuals completed over 1,000 hours of classroom and clinical time while balancing work schedules, family life, and other activities. They both successfully graduated from their programs and passed the National Registry of EMTs exam on their first try. We're extremely proud of Brooke and Spencer and know they'll be fantastic paramedics for our community. Brooke, stand up for a second, please. So she's one of two, and we'll see a little bit from her here in a little bit. Just a huge, impressive feat. It's a very difficult program, and wanted to make sure to acknowledge. I'm sure her family can attest to how difficult it is.
Thank you.
I have one other thing. It's a little bit long. I don't often do this, but August was a little bit of an anomaly for us. So we had several significant emergency details during the month. Starting at the beginning of the month, we had an ATV accident in Ohio Township. Into the woods, half a mile into the woods. Lieutenant Goodman was there. Initially, the crew hiked in the dark through the mud, up hills, down hills, through waist deep water and heavy vegetation to locate the patient. Patient had rolled a side-by-side in the woods and had amputated an arm. Our dispatchers did a great job providing details, trying to help find a location, looking for alternate routes out through mapping and talking to other people on the scene into applying a makeshift tourniquet prior to our arrival. That patient was packaged and removed to our ATV and then brought out to a waiting helicopter. We also had an individual that wrecked a tractor down a hill. When our crew arrived on scene, they quickly identified the patient had significant injuries that required immediate intervention. Patient had a needle decompression performed on their chest to relieve the pressure of the collapsed lung, ultimately saving his life. That patient was transported by helicopter. We also had a vehicle stolen during the month. The police identified the vehicle fled, resulting in an accident and entrapment. Patient had to be extricated from the vehicle, was transported by air care. And a couple of days later, we had an auto incident where a subject was run over by a vehicle, resulting in significant injuries, also requiring helicopter transportation. To top it off, we had a garage fire, a couple of deck fires that almost extended into residence, on top of the many runs that we're making every day and night throughout both township. Our staff continues to shine, do a great job, and make a difference daily. So it's an usually high month, and I just wanted to make note of the great things that our folks are doing for our community.
Thank you, guys.
That's all I have. Thanks.
Been working on the 2026 paving proposal for the county, so to turn into the county. It's about all we got.
All right. Thank you, Service Director Kohler. Parks and Green Space.
Good evening. The one thing I want to bring up, I forwarded an email this afternoon with some photos. A recent Eagle Scout project completed at the trails up here. It looks like 2 bridges were added. Just a nice safety addition to the trails there. So continue to get good support from Eagle Scouts looking for opportunities, and glad we can help provide those opportunities for them. As far as events go, we had the August concert in the park. It was the best one we had of the year. Just weather played a huge factor. It was great that night. June was pretty hot. In July, we actually had some storms right before the event, which definitely impacted attendance. But all in all, I think the events went smoothly this summer, and so just brought a check to Claudia here for the net proceeds of all those, and that was detailed in an email to you this afternoon. So if you have not seen that already. We do have 2 movie nights coming up. September the 13th, this Saturday at 8 p.m. The movie's A Dog's Purpose. So John, if you could make a note to make sure that the restrooms are open late. And then on Saturday, October the 11th at 7:15 p.m., we've got the original Beetlejuice playing. So a good free family-friendly events for the community. And also we are in the Parks meeting last week, starting to look at 2026 planning, just with the calendar and the different events. So should present that at next month's.
Thanks, Doug. All right. Planning and Development, Christine.
Regarding the planned unit development proposal, the property on Roman 10-mile road. It was heard by zoning commission. Zoning commission recommended denial. Yesterday, I heard from the applicant and they requested to withdraw the application. So it will not be moving forward. So we don't need to worry about scheduling a public hearing for that. But I did go ahead and transmit all the information as required. And then the second item, another zoning commission item. The zoning commission voted to initiate a text amendment for the node overlays along the State Route 125 corridor. You may remember from the land use plan, those were identified. Basically, we took the Amelia downtown overlay and modeled a new text amendment to expand that area. So it would be prohibiting certain uses like auto-oriented uses, car sales, gas stations. We also added smoke shops and massage parlors and things like that as far as uses. And any new commercial building or addition would need to go through zoning commission for approval. And there's a little bit more of a strict standard for architectural quality, as well as a vision of creating more pedestrian friendly areas. So a higher emphasis on quality design for the commercial areas. So that There will be a public hearing for zoning commission for that, the next zoning commission hearing, and then that will probably be coming here later. That's all I have to say.
All right, is that all you got? All right. Mr. McCarthy.
So just a couple updates. First is the results for the recent survey are included in your packets. There's a general overview of those. So if you have any questions, happy to answer that. In a similar vein, we're working with Rumpke as well to get some pricing and some terms for it. 1-year extension on the contract, just so we can kind of bridge the last year here before we figure out how kind of long-term prognosis of what we're going to do with the waste levy and those sorts of things. So I'll have that next month for you guys. The county is still reviewing the White Oak study. They're going to produce a report and provide it to staff. And then when we have that, we'll get it to the board ASAP. Your guys' feedback. And the County Economic Development Office reached out to us. They were contacted by Jobs Ohio, who wanted to include Beckjord in what is effectively their large sites program. It's basically an evaluation program. They invited us to join. There's no cost or anything to that effect, but they did want acknowledgement from this board that you're interested, and then staff could facilitate the rest. It'd be a site visit. And then they produce a report at the end that basically indicates where kind of the workforce environment stands, and then kind of a strengths and weaknesses of that particular site and steps forward for the property owners.
Do you need a motion, or what do you need?
As long as there's no significant objections, we'll just proceed.
None for me.
All right. They'll be getting the owner's acknowledgement as well.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, so we have the agenda here. Do we have a new employee we need to swear in?
Yes.
All right, what number is that? Okay, number 8. We'll hop up there and start there. So,
I can do the motion real quick and then we can do the swearing in if that's okay.
yep, sounds good.
I request a motion to approve the appointment of Brooke Hart as a full-time firefighter paramedic at the established rate for the collective bargaining agreement of step 2, effective September 15th, 2025 at 0800 hours. Having successfully completed all portions of her pre-employment testing, Brooke shall complete her Ohio Firefighter Level 2 class and obtain certification within 1 year, complete her Ohio Fire Safety Inspector class and receive certification within 1 year, and shall serve a 1-year probationary period.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second, discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. Brooke, and if you can come up, they'll swear you in.
Done it, man. We'll sign it in a minute.
Sluts.
Oh my God.
Just repeat what I just said. So when I say state your name, that's where you're. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm.
I, Brooke Hart, do solemnly swear or affirm
That I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and laws of the United States of America,
and all of
the state of Ohio and of Pierce Township,
the state of Ohio and the Pierce Township,
to which I'm appointed,
to which I am,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
with discharge the duties of this office.
discharge the duties of this office.
I will faithfully and honorably
I will faithfully and honorably
strive to protect our future,
strive to protect our future,
protect the safety, lives, and property
protect the safety, lives, property
of our citizens and my fellow members.
of our citizens.
There you go. That's it. Congratulations. Well, Christian, that's where you gotta stand up too.
All right. This is my husband and dad in front of you.
That's all right. We got time.
That's how I thought after the kickball game was.
Yeah, physical activity, you know, the key to that.
Debbie was hacking it out.
Thanks.
What's up with that? Isn't it?
I don't know. I think she had I don't know, like a concert or something.
I mean, she looking on the beach.
All right. And then we'll go ahead. Leanne, did you want to go ahead and present? We'll bump you up so you can you're here to talk about the levy.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Leanne Watson. I'm the Executive Director at the Claremont County Mental Health and Recovery Board. Some of you have met me before. Some of you have heard me speak recently. So you get the honor of hearing me again, as well as the chief over there. So thank you for your time tonight. Bless you. I will be brief because I know it looks like you've got a huge agenda. I'm really here just to provide some information about our mental health levy and give you the chance to ask some questions and hopefully gather your support. So we will be on the ballot for our mental health levy on November 4th. That's a 0.75 renewal, meaning no new taxes. And the cost of that levy is $15 per $100,000 of valuation. So that brings in $3.3 million a year into our system. Our budget, we got about $1 million cut last year, and our budget's about $8 million a year. So that's over a third of our budget. So it's pretty essential that we pass this levy. So let me tell you just a little bit about what that levy funds. It funds our crisis hotline. It funds our mobile crisis team. It funds school-based mental health services in all of the school districts in our county. It provides drug prevention services. It provides medication-assisted treatment for individuals that have a substance use disorder. And it also provides services for adults that have a serious and persistent mental illness, among other things. An important thing to know about this funding and what the work of the board, Mental Health and Recovery Board, is that we provide a safety net for our residents, our county residents that do not have insurance or have a high deductible insurance. So we are the safety net to make sure that individuals have access to needed behavioral health treatment, so mental health or substance use treatment, regardless of the ability to pay. So that levy funding allows us to do that. And we realize the importance of that during the opioid epidemic for sure. So with our funding, we reach 25,000 residents a year, which is 1 in 5 of our county residents. So we do have a wide reach with a pretty small budget. So we're pretty proud of that. One of the other things that we fund that is probably of interest to you as trustees is our crisis intervention team training, our CIT, for our first responders. So I know your police officers have gone through that training. They were involved from the very beginning with that. We're going on 14 years with that. Hard to believe. So that's also a very important thing that we fund. We have seen a significant increase in mental health concerns since COVID. I'm sure everybody's been reading that in the newspaper. It's been particularly significant with our youth. So much so that the Surgeon General in 2022 declared it a public emergency, a crisis level. So it's one of the areas that we're focusing on. We spend over $1 million of our levy funding on school-based mental health services to make sure that our youth has access to needed services. I wanted to just give you a sense of, I was just talking about the increase that we've seen nationally. I wanted to give you a sense of the increase we're seeing locally. We've had a 43% increase in our crisis services since 2020. We've also are seeing about a 17% increase in our crisis calls every year. And this is an amazing number. We've seen a 42% increase in the use of our crisis line by youth under the age of 17. Yeah. I also wanted to share one of the initiatives that we're working on is our Crisis Receiving Center, which we hope to have up and running mid-2027. That's going to be similar to a urgent care for people that are in behavioral health crisis, and it will be 24/7, provide 24/7 access to mental health professionals to stabilize them. So we're very excited about that. We're able to fund that with levy funding as well as opioid settlement money that the county has provided to us. So that's been a huge gap in our system for a very long time. And first responders will be the primary customer for that. So that'll help free them up to do their work in the community and not worry so much about these frequent 911 calls around behavioral health. So without the support of the levy, we will unfortunately have to cut services and cut access to treatment for individuals that are in need. So it is very, like I said, very vital that we pass this levy. I did leave you some materials up there. There's a QR code that is a link to our levy landing page on our website, which provides all sorts of information on the levy. One of the important things to say is, again, this is no new taxes. It is a renewal and it provides a lot of help to our residents. We have been endorsed by the Township Association, so that we're very pleased with that. So that's about it. I just wanted to see if you had any questions. And again, we hope that we have your support at the ballot.
I have a question. I don't practice in Claremont County. I practice in Hamilton, but is this service available, this intake service for any individual that's a resident taxpayer of Claremont County who is in need of mental health services, depression, anxiety, what have you?
So that the receiving center or the services I was talking
Service
about in general.
in general, account the availability of a mental health professional.
So there are some services like for adults that have a serious and persistent mental illness. I mean, you have to meet that criteria, but in general, there are services available for residents of our county. Because we have such limited funding, we do not provide subsidy for counseling services for the general population, people without a significant mental health or substance use diagnosis. So that's a yes and no answer.
But your urgent care center, once established,
Yes,
will that be an intake center for all comers, all diagnoses, all
That'd be-
mental health concerns?
Anybody that has any kind of, and that's a self-defined concern, right? So they
Right.
can come in. And that's true of our crisis services too. That's an open door for anybody in our county, even anybody that happens to be, from another county that's in our county in crisis can use those.
Oh,
services.
that was my next question. So thank you for anticipating
Yes.
that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
No, I don't have anything. Thanks for being here tonight, Leanne. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. All right, and then we'll go ahead and get back on track and we'll start with the first. Sorry, guys, I need to bring a mouse in this next time. I'm trying to do that pad on the laptop
Here, take mine.
and it
'cause
stinks.
You're in the lead, so just take
I'm
mine.
good.
I'll just take
All right, so Claudia, standing in for Fiscal Officer Debbie Schway, you've got the first 4 or 5 here, so you can go ahead with the first one.
Okay, Officer Debbie Schway, motion for approval of payroll for the month of August 2025 in the amount of $183,866.47.
Motion,
Second, I got it.
Wow, that
You
was
got it.
like
You got
both at the same exact time.
It was Pete first and then I'm the second,
Got a motion and a second.
just by a nose, just by.
Just by the hair,
Discussion.
right?
Discussion? Any more? About how close it was or anything?
I got nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Claudia.
Officer Debbie Schway, say no. The payment of bills for the month of August 2025 in the amount of $521,080.59.
So move.
That was quick. Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Trigger,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Claudia.
05-020, resolution accepting amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county office.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion and a second. Discussion.
Do we want to kind of lay out what that means so that folks understand it? Okey doke, we don't.
See those papers.
Oh, that motion, just so everybody knows, there's no other levies. It's just the ones that we have. And it's just saying that these can be used for the purposes that they were intended for when they were voted on. So this isn't, any new levy or anything like that. It's just taking the ones we have and putting them where they're supposed to go.
Thank you. So we did have a motion in a second. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer Debbie Schreier requests a motion for the board to authorize her as designated agent regarding Ohio emergency management reimbursement and to execute all necessary agreements therein. The reimbursement pertaining to Ohio River flooding events occurring between 3/30/2025 and 4/10/2025.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Claudia, last one.
2025-021.
So moved?
Second.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Strayer,
Yes.
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 All right.
Pete Roxman.
You made it.
I request a motion to accept the resignation of Police Officer Jason Dorman.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Chief.
I request a motion to reimburse Officer Hott for her tuition expenses related to 2 courses totaling $2,678.97.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Chief Wright.
I request a motion to approve the appointment of William Scales as a part-time firefighter paramedic at the established rate effective September 11th, 2025, and shall serve a 1-year probationary period pending receipt of his physical results. Well,
Motion.
we've already received those results.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. I request a motion to approve the appointments of Macarena de Santiago Galan and Chris Caldwell as part-time firefighter EMTs at the established rate effective September 11th, 2025, and shall serve a 1-year probationary period.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you. I request a motion to approve the emergency repair to the 2016 Dodge Ram ambulance in the amount of $8,299.96 with Jeff Weiler Automotive Family.
Motion.
Second.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 I request a motion to authorize the annual lease payment to U.S. Bancorp in the amount of $53,865.46 for the E1 fire engine.
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 I request a motion to approve the purchase of fire hose from United Fire Apparatus in the amount of $9,252.80, noting this expenditure was budgeted for and included in our capital improvement plan.
So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 There's so many things for Craig. Should we take a break here just for a second, just to relax? Go ahead.
I request a motion to accept the resignation of part-time firefighter paramedic Jared Brewer effective August 7th, 2025.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Last one. I request a motion to accept the resignation of full-time firefighter paramedic Morgan Haney effective August 30th, 2025 at 0600 hours.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, finally, there's somebody else.
I request a motion to approve the buyback of lot 117 graves 10, 11, and 12 in section 2B in Pierce Township Cemetery in the amount of $905.01 from David M. Combs, with Mr. Combs giving up all rights to said lot.
Motion?
Seconded.
Motion and second, discussion. Roll call.
Jim Evans.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mr. McCarthy.
So I'm gonna get to my motions. I should have done this earlier, though. One of our newest staff member, Devin Burry, is here. And just wanted to welcome her, but she came from Ohio State. She's been an all-star, really helpful and a great addition to the team. So should have done a little bit earlier during departmental updates, so I apologize.
Welcome.
He
Late
doesn't have a
welcome,
prepared
Devin.
speech or anything, so.
Yeah.
So is that, you said she was from Ohio State? Is that a good thing or what?
Is my
I was looking for a reaction back there. Watchman already left, so I would have gotten a more violent one from him.
Okay, well, welcome, Devin, and I hear you're already doing a great job, so are good things already. Thank you.
So I request a motion to authorize staff to enter into an agreement for website maintenance services.
I have a question.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
I have a question about this.
Sure.
If I read this correctly, it's from September the 10th to November the 10th of 2025. So it's a 2-month contract?
Yeah, so it's just an interim contract to cover maintenance for our website. It's basically on call. Officer Dorman had been working on helping with the design and the setup of our website. And so now that he's leaving, we want to make sure that we have a contract in place as we transition to our kind of a longer term website management contract.
Are we going to bid that out?
Yep. Yeah. So I'll be coming back with kind of a long-term solution to our website on-call services.
Gotcha. So you're just asking us to approve an interim situation.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make the motion. Or Mr. Freeman made the motion. I second it.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Request a motion to direct staff to review the agreement and proceed with an updated contract with Ms. Katie Barbier, Law Director for Pierce Township.
Motion?
Seconded.
Oh, a while on both those.
Patient.
As you know, I get nervous around attorneys and, yeah.
Do we have any other discussion? Okay. Motion and a second. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we're to the public comment open floor discussion. So anybody who would like to come up and discuss anything township related, you can come up to the microphone here. Please just state your name and address for the record. So anybody want to come up and speak?
Yes, I'm Gene Bradley and I live down in Sedona Ridge. I have two things. First of all, are you aware of Duke Energy removing the street light poles in that plan unit development?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
I always thought in my 73 years that was part of the electric and sewer and gas, etc., as part of the development of the plan unit development. And I never thought, as I'm standing here today, that I'd have to tell you and the people behind me that they've removed the curb streetlight poles.
Yeah.
Yes, it's my understanding that those, that particular area, that those are managed, maintained, and essentially contracted by the HOA. So the township doesn't, I believe.
Well, actually,
have any.
actually, you're correct, but they also belong to Duke Energy. And so when the lights, I mean, if they're not being utilized and they're not, then there's a certain point in time when Duke Energy comes and pulls the poles.
But if they're being utilized and paid for and things by the HOA,
Correct.
we're not, what we're trying to say is we're not, that's not,
Yeah.
you know, we're not involved with that. So.
I don't know. I'm just shocked to hell that has occurred. You know, I've never heard of anything like that ever happening in any other community that I've lived in. And it's like, okay, yeah, well, maybe they changed the bulbs and stuff like that, and if
Right.
there's a short circuit in the ground, they monkey around with that.
Wish we could help
But
more,
take
but
the
yeah, like I
poles
said,
out,
we're not,
like,
that's not
disturbing.
our wheelhouse there on that one.
Well,
yeah,
At,
go ahead, Al.
at the end of the day, I mean, it's part and parcel with the dissolve of Amelia. I mean, townships by law do not handle streetlights. It is not something that any township that I know of actually do. And so, you know, when the village dissolved, the villages, cities, they do streetlights, but we don't. And because of that, that's why they're going away.
Yeah, I'll add, I guess I'll add to that as well. What we just approved for Legendary Run, right?
Separate. It's
It's a special assessment. So those folks get assessed additional
Right.
on their taxes for that street lighting, which was part of the initial agreement and how that was platted and built in that particular neighborhood. But
Well, the dissolvement has been upwards close to 10 years.
Well, it's not
And
10,
you know,
but-
you people have absorbed a lot of costs down there, paving and the curb lanes and et cetera. And to see the streetlight poles go away, I'm literally shocked that, you know, none of you people have stepped in and said anything about this, and, you know, what can we
Actually,
do
that's
to
not,
stop it?
actually, that's not true. Because in the very beginning, we proposed a lighting district and offered it to the township or
I'm
to the,
gonna interject. No one ever came and knocked on my door
No.
or left a sheet of paper or anything like that.
there was a mailing that was done. You should have received that mailing.
Yeah, the township actually took a couple of unique steps that townships don't ordinarily take. Kind of formed a web page as well as sent mailers out to, I think, is over 500 residents in that neighborhood. But the response was not high enough to meet the threshold. And again, that's a pretty. It's not really outlined that a township does that, but the Pierce Township did decide to go ahead and incur the cost to attempt to get gin up interest in a lighting district, but it just was not a lot of.
Well, have you ever
feedback.
said anything about Duke Energy is asking us to remove the light poles and
We're not,
sent that out as a
once again,
flyer to every household?
once again, we're not removing the streetlights. We're not removing any of the poles. It's Duke Energy.
But obviously someone came and said, hey, we're gonna take the street light poles out, and that's that, we own
I
them.
don't know that Duke Energy has an obligation to tell us when they take them out.
Yeah, they don't contact us before they do infrastructure modifications generally.
I don't consider that a modification. A modification to me would be going from an incandescent to an LED bulb. That's a modification. But a modification to take out the street lights in a planned unit development that's been there for over 25 years is like, that's totally shocking.
So again, we don't really have anything to do with that, believe it or not, as Pierce Township. We don't own the streetlights, we don't manage them, we don't pay for them. We can't tell Duke Energy they can't take them out. So do you have anything else that you'd like to discuss tonight, or maybe you can
I
make
do.
one more? Yeah, go ahead.
I understand that there's been discussion about removing or considering removing the garbage levy and placing a police levy on a ballot in place of that.
No,
And,
there's no discussion of
let Rumpke put an envelope in the mail every quarter or however they bill people every month, and do it that way instead of the 3.7 mils that they tack on to everybody's property values.
So these funds operate in silos, so you can't just take the money that would have been used for one, use it for the other. The money has to be used for the purpose in which it was taken in. So if it's a waste levy, it has to be used for waste. Police has to be used for police levy. We had noticed that type of discussion whatsoever. We do have a waste levy coming up. We will have to decide whether or not we're going to put it on the ballot, and then it'll be up to the residents to decide whether or not they want it if we put it on the ballot again. That is a decision we have to make. That is separate from the police levy that's coming up. It has nothing to do with the police levy.
Not to interrupt you, it's my understanding that you people are using the internet as a tool to ask people what's important to them as far as everything from A to Z, similar to Amazon. And that I would assume that that encompasses probably less than 1.5% to 2% of your total population in this community.
You mean who use the internet?
Yes.
No.
All right.
That's where
All
it's,
right.
it's much higher.
Okay.
It's much higher.
Yes, we did send out an online survey to get some general feedback from residents, and unfortunately, that's one of the only ways that we have to do that in an efficient way. So I guess I'm missing the point that you're driving at here. Did you have something you wanted to bring up to the board related to that, or?
Well, yeah, I wonder whether the three of you that receive good compensation over a period of a year, that you would have the ability to make a discussion between the three of you and anyone else in this room that would encompass that discussion, that waste levies don't belong on the property values. They belong as an envelope from Rumpke to the people that are serviced by Rumpke, instead of you taking a levy and charging the people on their properties. And that's going to a commercial business instead of anything concerning government.
Okay, so
Right.
your point is taken. I got your opinion is that that you're not a fan of the waste levy, it looks like. So I appreciate that. Did you have anything else that you'd like to discuss?
For someone of your employee that said that that person came on over 20 years ago, and that waste levy was on then. And so it's not encompassing you three as a board to have put that on. But the point of it is, it's like you're taking tax levy money on people's homes, and you're paying a commercial business that money. And I think that's a discussion that you really seriously should have amongst the three of you or anyone else here in the room, that this gentleman over here wants a police levy, and the last one was blown into the sewers, clearly, and probably had a bad time because the schools wanted to tear down a bunch of buildings and add on to some others, and do this extraordinary amount of things with money that they wanted to levy. At the same time, this gentleman had a police levy on, and it all went to hell in a handbasket.
Okay, did you have anything else that you'd like to discuss?
You want to rush me back to my seat, but it's like
I don't want to rush you back to your seat. You're welcome to make your point, but go ahead and make it, and then we'll.
To vote as three people here to have a discussion about the street light poles in Sedona Ridge.
We have had a discussion about the streetlights for 5 years. This has come before this board continuously for the last 5 years. I've seen discussion of it on Facebook tons of times. And each time we tell you and others the same thing. We set up the lighting district for the purpose of continuing the lights. One of the things that is contingent upon that working is that the people that live in Sedona Ridge and elsewhere, that they sign a petition. That petition was made available on multiple opportunities. And in fact, we went the extra step, given the fact that 30-some% of Amelia is rental. We called the rental companies, and the rental companies, if they signed the petition, that was like a bonus, right? That's like a 10 for 1 right there. Eddie called them all and tried to get them to sign the petition. Again, we've had people in this room talking about the lighting district. We've talked about it. It's not like we haven't had this debate. But at the end of the day, if the residents, and this is the rule, we don't make this up. This is the state's requirement. If we don't get 50+1 of the people that live in that lighting district to sign a petition, then we can't move forward with the public meeting or anything else to put the lights back in. They didn't sign the petition. It wasn't popular. We still are waiting for a petition. I've seen this iteration 3 or 4 times, and we're still at 20%. So we've kept this open.
A lot of people down there work different shifts, and there's a lot of so-called street parking And at a certain part of the day, the streets are free to go in and out without having to play dodgeball with people who park their car on the street. And some of them are parking their car on the street as a permanent thing. And that's not up to me to make that decision, but it's up to you people and whomever else is in this room that would help make that decision. But taking the light poles out, that cheapens that community severely, especially if you got a house that's for sale.
Again, I appreciate your opinion and I'm sympathetic to all those that want the streetlights back. But we created a system when we put this all in play and no one participated. There's not much more I can do to actually make that work. If no one wanted it, if they are not willing to give us 50+1 on a petition, and I don't know what you want me to do. There's no law that allows it.
Tell me about people who are renting houses down there and there's this extreme amount of money that they're renting them for. And one of the people that
Whole other
most of
subject.
the houses down there, his name's Dick Cheney.
Whole other subject. We called all of those, many of those companies to get them on board. Some of them actually signed. So at the end of the day, I don't think it's a fair thing to say that we haven't had this debate. We have had this debate.
So as a final comment, if I could, we always appreciate that you come out, and anybody that wants to approach us is good to do so. You can always reinitiate a petition. Anyone can do that. So if you feel strongly about this and you can gather support of your neighbors, and if you feel like you would like to reinitiate that, then you're at liberty to do so at any time.
But the point is to remove them from the ground. That's the discussion I'm trying to have here. But to actually, and they've been off for some time. And I don't know what the cost is to have converted them from incandescent to LED, or some of them one and some of them the other. But to totally take out the light poles off of the ground, and they were put in there during the period of time that community was being developed. It's like, holy cow, I mean, this is 2025 and we're doing crazy stuff like this to maybe punish the people that actually live there and pay good taxes and improve their properties, etc. And now you had the ability to watch Duke Energy take all the light poles out there. That's crazy.
Okay. Did you have anything else, sir, that you wanted to talk about?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it. So do we have anybody else that wants to come up and discuss anything township related? Okay. Nothing, Stan? All right.
Are you sure?
All right. So I apologize. Let me get back up the agenda here. So we have a couple executive session things we need to make motions on. So we will be going into executive session for a couple items here. There's no guarantee that we won't take action coming out of that after we're done. So anybody who'd like to stick around, feel free to do so. We will be back out of executive session at some point, and at that point, we will adjourn the meeting. So to start here, I will need a motion to adjourn into executive session as permitted by Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 to consider the appointment, dismissal, discipline, or compensation of a public employee.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I need a motion to adjourn into executive session as permitted by Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G8 to discuss confidential information related to an economic development prospect.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And lastly, a motion to adjourn into executive session as permitted by Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G3 to conference with the township attorney to discuss imminent or pending litigation.
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion and a second. Discussion. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We will be back.
We'll be back.
We're back. Do I have a motion to come out of executive session?
Motion.
Seconded.
Motion in a second. Roll call?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And I don't think we have any business otherwise, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion in a second. Roll call?
I made the motion.
Mr. Freeman. Yes.